Hey guys, I am here at Safeway getting stuff for dinner and I wanted to buy some flowers. So I thought I would show you guys my florist tips for how to choose good flowers at the grocery store. First thing, you're going to want to feel everything. And I know that sounds really weird, but feel the flowers. Anything that's too, like if it's wet or slimy feeling, pull them out, look at the stems, make sure there's no leaves in the water, make sure there's actual water in the bucket. Some places there's not. Anything wilty, you don't want it. You want firm flowers. And that especially goes for roses. Look at this. You don't want that. You're paying good money for these roses, so you want them to last. So you want to feel, especially roses, feel them. If they're firm, that's good. If they're soft, like this, you do not want soft roses. They're going to blow real quick and be spent. Same thing for Alstomeria. I seen some more over here, and it's not opened as much. And that's what we want. We want to pick flowers that aren't opened yet because they're going to last longer when you get them home. So of course I'm over here looking at the roses again. So that's really, really soft. You do not want those. That one's real firm. Those are good. Okay, so what I got was some Asiatic lilies, some Alstroemeria, and some baby's breath. And the first thing I did was put them in some water, and then I went straight outside to go find some greenery. You can buy greenery now in bunches. Flower shops didn't used to do that, especially not in grocery stores, but now they do. But it sure is a lot cheaper when you get it from your yard. So that's what I'm doing. Okay guys, I think I have everything I need. I have cut some azaleas and some apple branches. You can see they have little apples on them. And some of that contorted willow. So I'm just gonna start with these. And I have 2 small vases here. And I've also cut a couple of white roses from my yard. And I already had a few stargazer lilies or Asiatic lilies. So I'm just going to use tape. You could use a frog if you'd like. This is just a quick little floral tip if you don't have a frog. And you just do like a tic-tac-toe type pattern on the top of your vase. You know, you do want enough room for stems to get in between. Okay, so here's how it looks, just kind of a tic-tac-toe kind of crisscross type pattern. And then I have a smaller vase I'm going to use too. I'm just going to clean up these branches, cut off anything dead, give them another cut. And like I showed you before, you can smash anything woody at the end and they'll drink up the water a little bit easier. This one's just a little bit long. About right. So I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter so that way I can have a lot of greenery, and I've kind of made it to where it's encompassing all around. And like I've said before, you do not want any leaves in. Actually, I'm going to use this in the smaller one because I really want to see these apples. I think they're so pretty. I'm going to just cut away any excess leaves so the apples really stand out, if that kind of makes sense. How pretty is that? So I'm gonna actually put this in the smaller one. I'm gonna use this contorted willow, I think. So I'm just gonna put that right in the center, and then it's got all of this curly contorted right on top. And I'm gonna pull away any leaves at the bottom. So this is going this way, so I'm gonna want this one to go the opposite direction, just for some symmetry. Just gonna use these in the front. Ooh, how pretty. So the star of the show for me is the lilies. Okay, when you buy lilies, this one is not looking too good. So this is why I tried to choose, and then this one is broken on here. So I'm just gonna put that in a small vase. I'm gonna pull off any damaged leaves. I'm actually gonna cut this one off. So if it was pretty and undamaged by that orange stamen, what you're gonna wanna do is just cut that off. You don't wanna get it on your clothes. You don't even wanna get it on your hands because it'll stain you. So I'm just gonna use that one for something else. And I'm gonna put, that grid really helps. So like I said, if you see any, the ones that I have bought haven't opened yet, and that's what you want to get. But if they have, and as soon as they start to open, cut that stamen off. It's not going to take away from the flower or the smell. It's just going to save you a lot of mess. Okay, this one's broken too. Right, a couple of broken ones, but that's okay. Because I can use those in a smaller arrangement. Okay, so you can see I've got, stand behind so you can see a little better. I've got my lilies spread throughout pretty well. And I'm actually going to use, now I already had some lilies and they're looking pretty bad. I didn't cut the stamen when they started opening. I've been busy. I'm just gonna cut them now. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite flower. I love how lilies smell. So I'm just gonna put that one right in the front. Do the same thing. Cut the stamen. How beautiful is that? So I'm actually gonna spread this one out a little over here. Okay, so next I'm gonna grab my Ulstramaria. This is a pretty good flower for scent and lasting a pretty good amount of time when it's cut. And they come in little bunches. I'm just gonna guess at where I want to cut them. So this one is just gonna highlight and add pops of color. So I'm actually gonna leave this one pretty long. How pretty is that? A bit closer over this side. Okay, so I don't want it to be taller than my lily because my lily is my showcase flower. That's the one that I'm highlighting. So any of the other flowers that I add, I want to add just a little bit lower than the lilies. So I've got so much greenery in here, a little bit of trouble seeing where I'm at. Okay, here's like there's an empty spot right in here. Push this one through there. See how nice that red really accents those lilies. A common flower people use with the lilies is red roses, which I love just as much. But I really wanted this alstroemeria. I love it. It's got just a hint of pink in it. Such a beautiful flower. I'm gonna put this one down in the front. If I can fit it in there. Right down like that. Pull this one up just a bit. Actually, everything feels a little tight, so I'm just going to pull everything up just a bit. Okay, so it kind of looks like it needs something over here, doesn't it? So I'm just going to add a little bit more red over here. Isn't that pretty? So now I'm going to go ahead, and not all of these roses are looking too great, so I'm just going to cut the ones that are really spent. I'm just going to cut those out. I'm going to add right here. Looks like it needs something right there. That white really accents nice in here. So I'm just gonna pop this one right in here and straight in there like that. So the last thing I'm going to add is some baby's breath. Baby's breath really goes a long way. You can do so much, but you could have an arrangement with just baby's breath, and it's so, so beautiful. So, and you can see there's all these little parts. So I'm going to cut those little parts off because I don't need all of that. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to cut some off of the tip of it. I'm going to add it back here. So I'm going to put it right straight down in here. And don't ever want to just leave it like that because it's all scrunched up together. So you want to pull it, kind of spread some over here. Pull some over here, that. This is kind of one of those things where you just add where it looks like it needs to be softened. So, so pretty. So I'm going to pull this one over here. So, see how you can really kind of spread it out? Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit Go over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, maybe just right on this side over here. See what I mean by how it just kind of softens the edges? How pretty is that? Like I said, I already had these. If you want to avoid this, cut them right when they're opening. But how beautiful is that? Just from grocery store flowers and some greenery from my yard. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm gonna move these and we're gonna do a smaller arrangement. Okay, now we're gonna do this one. I'm not gonna use tape on this one. I don't think it needs it. I'm gonna grab my greenery. So basically all I'm gonna do is cut anything low because I don't want any leaves in there. And this one doesn't have to be as elaborate. So just a little bit of green in there. I'm gonna actually trim this one so the greenery is a little more uniform. And just a little bit of alstroemeria. Actually, I'm gonna cut that one just a little bit shorter. So it's just kind of skimming the top of the vase. Cut this one just a little bit higher. That. I've got a couple of lilies that I can add in here. When I cut the stamens off, now this one's just opening and you can see it hasn't gotten everything all dirty yet, so I'm just gonna carefully get in there and cut those off. I'm gonna put this one right down the center like this. And this leaf is in the way, so don't be afraid to cut off greenery that you're not happy with. Won't hurt a thing. Okay, so this one's like a weird, don't worry about those, that doesn't hurt anything. I'm just gonna put it in the back and it's just gonna go straight in the water, and look at how perfect that fit in there. No biggie, right? Have a little bit of roses I'm gonna add. So it's basically the similar arrangement in a smaller scale. I love the smell of lilies, so I'm probably gonna put this one in my bathroom so I can really, so this one is not looking too pretty, so I'm just gonna put it in the back. No one can see it, but you can still smell it. So all of those smaller pieces, baby's breath, I can use in here. Just like that. And no, instantly, as soon as you put baby's breath in something, it's beautiful. Looks like a professional did it every time. Baby's breath just always takes everything up a notch. So, so beautiful. Okay, how's that looking? My angle's a little weird here, so let me see. Yeah, very pretty. Maybe I want to stick a couple of these willow pieces in here just for the fun of it. I just love how that willow looks. Just adds so much movement. Favorite flower is the stargazer lily, and my favorite tree is a willow tree. So I've got the best of my favorites right here. Okay, so I decided I had some of the sweet william that came out of a different arrangement. So I'm just gonna give it a fresh cut and add it in here. Sweet William lasts an unbelievable amount of time as a cut flower. So if you're looking for something that's like super long lasting, Sweet William, it lasts an amazing amount of time. So I'm just gonna throw a couple of these in here. Color. And I think I might put this one, I'm not sure actually, I might. This one needs to go. Well, the baby's back out. Over here. Gorgeous. Oh. Okay guys, so I paid $5.99 each for the flowers that I got at Safeway. So for under 20 bucks with the greenery from my yard and a couple extra cut flowers from my yard, made a beautiful arrangement, 2 beautiful arrangements. So anyway, hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Talk to you next time.